What's going on, YouTube? You're chilling with Trainer Zabza. We are here today for another EXPNU battle. This time is post-commentary for specific reasons, which I will get to later. But it's not live commentary this time, it's post-commentary, which means I can actually do some team analysis and stuff for you guys. Just to show you my team first, I have an Aerodactyl, Mega Gallade, Snorlax, Cofagrigus, Reuniclus, and Golem. And my opponent, the Metafactor, has brought Cradily, Darmanitan, Reuniclus, Crobat, Mega Pinsir, and Milotic. Now let me just explain my team real quick. My team is an Aerodactyl, it's a lead Aerodactyl with Power Herb Sky Attack because I thought he would bring at least like one fighting type, and I saw that he had a few mons weak to flying, and I was really fearing the fighting types in this one, especially like Conkeldurr. So just to see that he didn't bring it kind of, I don't know, it put a wrench in my plan. Next I've got my Mega Gallade, which, this whole team is designed for Trick Room. So, Mega Gallade is of course no exception. Since he has access to Trick Room, he's going for Trick Room. He's max speed, jolly, max HP, which makes no sense, but I figure if I have a fast Trick Roomer, then that means I can, hit outside of Trick Room and attempt to set up Trick Room when my opponent least expects it. With, Trick Room, obviously, Shadow Sneak for priority, Psycho Cut for those annoying fighting types I was talking about, and Crobat in case I happen to be in Trick Room, and Destiny Bond, which will come into play later in the battle. Next, I've got my Sweeper Snorlax with Return, Fire Punch, Heavy Slam, and Seed Bomb. Heavy Slam it was to hit, and guess what he brought? Cradily, and Seed Bomb was to help with things such as Milotic or Quagsire, which he did bring the Milotic. Fire Punch was in case he brought Escavalier, but he didn't bring it, and Return is just my normal stab. Next, I've got my Cofagrigus, which is Trick Room with just standard defensive builds. I've got a specially defensive Reuniclus with Trick Room, and finally a Choice Banded Golem set up for Trick Room with Dual Stab, Edgequake coverage, Sucker Punch, and Explosion. The very specific reason I have Explosion, it's in case I have like the last turn of Trick Room up, and my opponent knows that I won't be able to knock him out. So my thing is to explode, then get a free switch into a Trick Room user, set up a Trick Room, and then I can continue with Snorlax where Golem left off. Now my opponent, what I was expecting him to bring, he pretty much brought. You know what? I was expecting him to bring all 12 mons. There you go. It's gonna be 6v12. That's how it was gonna go. But no, really, I was convinced he'd bring the Reuniclus, and he did. I was convinced he'd bring either Milotic or Quagsire, and he did. And I was terrified and almost positive he'd bring the Crobat, and he did. I really wasn't expecting. I wasn't not expecting anything. Actually, you know what? That's not true. I think that if he brought the Mr. Mime, I would be a little surprised. But he didn't. He brought pretty much what I expected, and I'm. It's okay, because I've got what I need, and just things to worry about. Milotic, maybe physically defensive wall. Reuniclus, always a problem, especially if it has Calm Mind. Defog Crobat's going to be a problem, because I need to get up my hazards. Darmanitan, could be Scarf, could be Banded, either way, could be a problem. Scarf in case I don't have Trick Room, Banded in case, well, that's always just a problem. And yeah, I think, and Mega Pinsir is just usually a threat. So, enough with the team preview. I've been going on with this team preview for a while. I know it's longer than most people like, so let's go ahead and get to the battle. Like I said, my opponent is the Metafactor. He's actually a pretty good buddy of mine. He actually started out as a sub, so it's pretty cool to be battling him in a league like this. I'm going to start with Aerodactyl. He starts off with Milotic. I'm going to set up my rocks first turn because, unlike my last battle, I'm not making that same mistake again. Sorry if you heard that squeak, that was my chair. I'm just going to set up rocks, make sure I got my rocks. I know that he can't knock me out with one hit because I did calcs with Quagsire, and I know my Milotic wouldn't be able to do it either, as long as it wasn't max special attack, and apparently it's not. Because I'm able to get up my rocks, I'm able to switch out with barely any HP, go into my Reuniclus, and sponge these hits for days, except I get burned, which is going to chip away at my health. Unfortunately, I overplay my hand here, going for Trick Room, and then going for a Moonblast. I thought that maybe I could either A, get the special attack drops since he got the burn on me, and B, I thought I could recover off the damage later, but I really underestimated exactly how much the burn was doing. So, because it means now I'm in a dangerous spot if I ever want to switch in with Reuniclus and then try and recover off some damage. But he pulls back, goes into his jelly, his Reuniclus, as I go for a wish, and I am afraid that this thing would try and go for a Psyshock, so I don't want to stay in. I'm going to go into my Caphagrigus, which can take the Psyshock. It may seem like kind of a weird switch because he could equally have Shadow Ball, but I figure since I'm in Trick Room, I should be okay for now. But he just sets up a Calm Mind. Since I was so eager to show him my Trick Room right off the bat, he's so eager to try and sweep through the rest of my team. And he knows I don't have a lot for Reuniclus. So I brought the one thing that I knew could handle Reuniclus, and that was my Mega Gallade. Interestingly enough, he told me after the battle that he had Colberry in case I had knockoff on Gallade. Obviously I don't have knockoff on Gallade, but still. I bring in my Aerodactyl just pretty much as fodder. I could have played this better with Aerodactyl, actually. I mean, I wasn't sure how much Sky Attack would do, but I should have figured it would do a lot, and it does half. So the way I played this, I could have lulled him into his full sense of security with Stealth Rock, or not Stealth Rock, with Stone Edge, and then I could have knocked him out with Sky Attack if I got him under half. So, yeah, I kind of played that wrong, but you know what? It doesn't matter too much in the long run, because I'm going to lose my Aerodactyl. He's at half HP, and that is very, very unfortunate for me, because in case he has Crobat with Defog, I can no longer set up my rocks again, which I need the residual against this team. I'm going to bring in Mega Gallade, go for Shadow Sneak, just making it seem like this is the only thing I have to hit the Reuniclus, and I'm waiting to show him Destiny Bond. I'm waiting to show him, because I don't want to show him immediately. I go for another Shadow Sneak. He's after this Calm Mind and combination Calm Mind Recover, because he's going to go for Recover next turn. I go for another Shadow Sneak. He's going to go for Recover this turn. I'm thinking, okay, he should be at a good amount of HP for the rest of the game. And at like +4, he's fine. He's definitely going to try and knock me out now. I go for Destiny Bond. Nope. He decides to get greedy and Calm Mind again. So now he's seen my Destiny Bond. He didn't attack. And now he's not going to try and fall for it. This part I had to speed up a lot because it took forever. I'm basically trying to convince him that I've run out of Destiny Bonds by going for 5. I mean, there's no way he would have gotten there, but eventually what ends up happening is I get him down low enough, and he obviously recovers off the damage well enough. I get him to a point to where how I originally thought this was going to work, to where he would feel comfortable going through the rest of the match, just sweeping through my team. However, here it is. He's at full HP. I go for Destiny Bond now, and he goes for Psyshock. I make the correct call. So I just had to wait until he felt comfortable with sweeping through the rest of my team. He should have just gone for Psyshock when he had the chance, because I took out his +6 threat, and that is the biggest threat on his entire 12-mon roster out of the way. So I'm going to bring in my Caphagrigus to set up the Trick Room. He brings in Crobat. I predict the Taunt here and just go for a Shadow Ball. There's no way that he wouldn't have Taunt on a Crobat, especially when he doesn't know what I've been running, and considering I have so many bulky mons. He's going to go for U-Turn, and without that, he could have actually stayed in Defog there, but he would have lost his Crobat thanks to that special defense drop. Come to find out later, he didn't even have Defog, so I was worrying for nothing. My hazards were here to stay. That was such a pain. Just to know that, and it's just, Anyway, I go for another Shadow Ball, get a special defense drop on the Milotic, and then pull back into my Aromatisse, my anti-Tom Riddle, because, you know, the nose thing. Yeah, you guys who watch Harry Potter get it. You get to crit on the Scald, but it really didn't matter too much, because crits aren't 2 times damage anymore, they're 1.5, so since I'm IV'd and EV bred not to outspeed him, he would have just been able to knock me out with another Scald. So I'm able to bring my Metal Mummy back in. I'm not sure why he switched out here. He probably would have been better off. He probably would have been better off just going for Scalds and just keep going for it. But I set up my Trick Room regardless, and based off of what happened here, I go for Will-O-Wisp. And for people who watch the mock battle, this is almost the same exact thing that happened in my mock battle. I go for Will-O-Wisp. He goes for Toxic. I mean, in the mock battle, Hardy missed the Toxic, but Meta doesn't. So now that he's missing some HP, I'm free to switch out into Snorlax. The residual, along with his lefties, will put him at around 88%, 85%, somewhere around there. which means I can go for Heavy Slam and knock him out. He sets up hazards, that's fine. He has no idea what's about to hit him because I got my E-Belt, I'm ready to Heavy Slam, boom, one shot. Down goes Cradilly, all according to plan. So next, I'm expecting the Milotic to come in, and it does. And based off the damage I was doing with Reuniclus with Moonblast, I know he's specially defensive, which means C-Bomb is going to totally one-shot him. That is great. If it was physically defensive, then it would have done 52%, and that would have had to been either a roll or no way in hell. But I'm feeling pretty good because I knocked him out. And now he brings in Darmanitan. I'm going to go into Egg, my Golem, who can take the hit. Sturdy's broken thanks to his rocks, but it doesn't matter. I know I already calculated I could take the hit. And here I make a decision call. He goes for Furrets and knocks me out. Why didn't I go for Sucker Punch, you may ask? I thought that whether he knocked me out or not, I could bring in Cofagrigus, and with my amount of HP, I could take a hit and set up a Trick Room. However, he actually goes for the Flare Blitz, and I went for the Explosion to try and get a free switch. And now he actually one-shots me with Flare Blitz. He and I are both thinking, what the hell just happened? How did that happen? And I am absolutely furious because it's like, I calced this. Turns out it was actually a roll. There was a 30% chance that he would have knocked me out, and he got his 30%. So, in comes Snorlax. It's just coming into faint. Unfortunately, thanks to that roll, I have lost the battle. But, you know, looking back on it, you're always mad in the moment of the battle. Like, I can't believe I lost. And then there's the depression. But thankfully, I talked to him after the battle, and he's like, dude, it was totally a roll. And it's like, thanks, man. We had a good talk, and I felt better. So, he knocks me out with close combat, and that's it. Talk of the day, if you're new to my channel, then I just want to let you guys know that I do Talk of the Days, where sometimes I will talk about something or ask you a question. Today I want to talk about about live-com versus post-com with these EXPNU battles. I mean, sure, it might be great to watch my live reaction, but I've seen some videos, and like my last video was about 30 minutes, and another EXPNU member's video was about an hour. And I don't want to put you guys through that. So, let me know what you think in the comment section. How do you feel about the live versus post commentary? And yeah, just let me know in the comment section down below. So hope you guys all enjoyed that battle. We're gonna come back from this. I know we are. We got the right idea. We came back. We're coming back strong after being beaten down by Leo, and we're starting to get the hang of this league stuff. So again, hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye.